as well, trustee phone, and even unpaid balance amount. So the loan balance plus any due past due payments and fees associated with the pre-foreclosure. You can search on the unpaid balance amount. Now, nowhere else on the site can you search for loan balance. There's just no way of really keeping a track of that unless we're getting data, from the loan or from the lenders. But in terms of loan balance, once they do unfortunately go to the pre-foreclosure status, then that's obviously recorded, and that's where we do collect that information. All right, and under the pending auction sale, same selects, just the only difference being that we also provide an auction date search, so when the property is looking to go on sale.
So,
All right, and also, you may ask why a recent added date of when it was added into the source and a foreclosure effective date of when it was recorded at the county office, and that's because actually people like to use these two together, in combination with one another, because that way it'll generate more hot pre-foreclosure list. That way they know that a certain date that it was filed at the county and also when it was added into list source, so you can get a more recent or current list.
will we use that for California as well? So, let's say in California it is non-judicial. So, would we still use the pending auction sale date, or everything will be under the pre-foreclosure initiated?
So you'll notice in the box, actually California is listed under for pending auction. I know in California there are parts where they do both judicial or non-judicial, but typically California we consider as going through that default initiated. So for California searches you want to default initiated.
And then, let's say in California default initiated, and they have a pending auction sale date. Would that show up under the default pre-foreclosure initiated tab?
Yes, actually, once you do a search on any of this criteria, when you do purchase the file, when it comes to foreclosure information, when you do a search on any one of these, it's going to spit out actually a ton of foreclosure information, and one of them being the auction date. So.
Okay. So I won't use the pending auction sale date for California then.
I'm sorry?
So I wouldn't use the pending auction sale selection for California?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then you can actually search on the REO properties as well, the ones that went back to the bank. Pretty much all the same searches, except you won't see that foreclosure effective date search because it's no longer in pre-foreclosure. It actually went back, so that's when we actually offer the REO sale date search and the REO sale price search. All right, any questions regarding the foreclosure tab? All right, just to let you know, we're about 7 minutes till the hour, so we may run a little over, about 10 minutes over, so just to let you know. But if you need to drop off, I totally understand. But I do want to show you the final file at the end here, so just to let you just hang on here, just for a little more.
On the foreclosures?
Yep.
How are you guys updated? So if they went default today, when would you guys, or got recorded, when would you guys get that?
That's a great question, and like I mentioned before, unfortunately, sometimes we are at the mercy of the counties because it depends on when they get that information to us. But typically, LA County, they do. I think they're a couple of days when they actually get it into their system, and then from there, because they provide us daily updates, so then we'll get it. For example, if we were to get it today, once we receive it from them, it goes through our QC process for a day or two to make sure that the data is valid, and then we upload it into our system. So you're looking at about once we receive it from the county, a couple of days or 2 days, but then counties usually take a few days on their end as well. So you're looking at about, I'd say, just to be safe, maybe a week.
Thank you.
Yep, great question. Thank you. Then we can move on to the options tab, and as you can see, you have access to even phone numbers. Joe, I know you're asking about, contact information regarding the property owner. You have access to phone numbers as well as you'll make sure you have all your address, contact information. In terms of email, unfortunately, we don't collect that data, at least today. Who knows, we may in the future. But as of right now, it's just phones and address. Our phone numbers are scrubbed against the DNC on a monthly basis. So, it is on the onus of the end user to make sure that you do any additional scrubbing on your end, even, local or state lists that seem to exist out there. Make sure you cover all those as well, and that you do have a SAN number on file. At the time of purchase, you don't have to enter in your SAN number, at least for now. But we do ask that you do make sure that you have it on file. I'm sorry, what's the question?
What is that number? What is it called? For what?
The SANS number. It's a registry letting you know that you've you can handle phone numbers because you're registered with and you can easily Google it. It'll let you know.
What's it called? SAN or SAN?
Yeah, if you just Google SANS registry or something like that, it'll bring up a site. Yeah. Now, phone numbers, typically get around a 10% return. So let's say I have this 50 right here. I do want to know which ones actually have phone numbers tied to them. Okay, so this one's a little lower, but usually you'll see around a 10% that actually have phone numbers. The rest will be labeled as, it's either blank because we didn't get that phone number, or they'll be listed as a DNC, as a do not call. So, but I'll show you at the end here on the file, some of the phone numbers on the file. So you can do a search on owner-occupied status, so whether owner-occupied property or absentee-owned, and even absentee-owned, you can break it up by in-state owners or out-of-state owners. Nothing more granular than that. I know some people ask they want to know even county, in-county, and out-of-county owners. And unfortunately, we don't go down to that level, but at least you'll know the in-state or out-of-state owners. Trustee-owned properties, you could include or exclude those. Corporate-owned properties, again, set as a default, right? Exclude right away. But again, if it doesn't matter, you can easily delete it here or just change it up right here. And then the address completeness, Joe, contact information, one of them being address. So if you want to do a mailing campaign and you want to send it to the mailing address that we collect from the tax assessor's office, then you want to make sure that those are all complete in your file. You can even do zip +4 complete. If you want to do a mailer directly out to the property and you want to make sure all the property addresses are complete on your file, you can do so here, or even both, which I actually strongly recommend because, some people may want to send that to the mailing address, but then, reference the property address in some type of letter, right? Then you have both being complete and you don't have any blank data. So actually, let me click on that. And again, you can go back and forth, make any changes if you forgot anything, but here you can take a look at your criteria summary box and see everything that you selected thus far. And once you're good with it, you click on Save Criteria. You want to save it because, like I said, you don't want to sit there in a month and try to remember what you ran, at that time. Interest rate above. So click Save. Oh, I already have one named interest rate. Alright, so I can log out of the system, or once I come back, start a new search, or, but if I want to bring that same search back up again, I just go to my Save Searches page, and there it is right there, enter interest rate above. I can view the criteria that I ran, and there's the 49, and, letting me know all the criteria that I entered in. I can email it to myself, print it out for my records. But if I want to bring it back up, I just click on it, and it'll throw all the criteria back into my summary box over here. And you'll notice this refresh all counts button. And like I said, it is because, ListSource is updated nightly. So, theoretically, this number could change from day to day. But if you want to refresh it, then make sure it's current, you can click on that. Obviously, that's like a change more changes to this list, go to the other property, other tabs, and make changes and save it as something else. But once you're good, you click on Purchase List, and it'll take you to your checkout pages. And on your checkout pages, again, you're still not committed at this time. You still got to do more changes to the list before you actually purchase it. Over here on the right, you'll notice your order summary box. You can name it whatever you'd like. Ventura 9 interest rate above. Provide you with the count. You can view the criteria again, and then it'll provide you with a price breakdown. Unfortunately, I have a house account, so you can't see the exact price, but it'll let you know what each price of each search item was, and then give you a total list price calculated for you based on the 49. So standard output data will have a base price, and that includes owner 1, owner 2, mailing address, and property address information. Okay, and that'll have a certain cost. And then we did a search on mortgage premium data, so that's the interest rate, and that'll have a certain cost, and it'll break it out for me. And then the mortgage standard data, that may have a certain cost, so that'll break it out for me, and that'll all be calculated down here at the bottom for me. You can even view quick sample records. So the 49, it'll take 3 random records and give me a quick view of those records. These are actual live records. So there's owner 1, owner 2 name. There's a mailing address for them. There's a property address. And then we did a search on interest rate information, right? So anything I said that you search on is going to be thrown out into your file. So there's interest rate. We did a combined mortgage search, so that's why it combined both my first and juniors and my mortgage amount. There it is right there. I can even remove duplicate mailing addresses. So let's say of this 49 right here that I'm purchasing, let's say Joe Smith actually owns 10 of them. But I don't want to mail out, to Joe Smith 10 times. So what I can do is actually remove his 9 other records and just give me his 1, so that I know that I'm sending out 1 mailer out to Joe Smith. So that's how you remove duplicate mailing addresses. Over here on the left, you can do changes to this file before you purchase it. So here you can append output fields. So you can add additional fields. Now, just because you didn't do a search on it doesn't mean you can't output it. So just as an option, so we didn't search on, for example, number of bedrooms, but I still want to know of these 49, which ones do have bedrooms and the number of bedrooms that are tied to them. So all I have to do is highlight bedrooms there, click add to order, and it's going to throw it into my appended output fields, letting me know what my additional cost is, and letting me know that one of my output fields is bedroom. Now, because you didn't do a search on it, but you're doing it on an available basis, there may be some blanks in there, but you at least know the ones that do have bedrooms tied to it. There's even these packages up here that we suggest. Like, for example, this property detail report includes all this information right here. So let me actually export all this information so you can take a look at it on the file here. So if I want that package, phone numbers is one of the fields in this package. So it's letting me know, hey, you're getting phone numbers on an available basis. So you're also purchasing those blanks, so those DNCs. So you say, okay, click add to order, and you see it grayed out all the ones that are associated with this property detail report fields package. And